Okay, so for today's video, I'm going to take a look at the tragic life of Chicago Cubs second baseman Ken Hubbs. Now, Ken Hubbs, whose full name was Kenneth Douglas Hubbs, was born in Riverside, California on December 23, 1941 to Euless and Dorothy Hubbs. He was the second oldest of 5 sons, and the family resided in nearby Colton, California. Early in life, doctors had expressed concern that he might struggle in sports after he suffered a ruptured hernia as an infant and had to wear a truss for 5 years. However, he overcame this challenge to become a prodigious athlete. Hubbs first gained attention as a 13-year-old when he was a key member of the Colton Little League All-Stars that represented California in the 1954 Little League World Series. He'd go on to attend Colton High School, where his athletic exploits were the stuff of mythology. At 6'2", Hubbs was ambidextrous and could pitch equally well both right and left-handed. On the basketball court, he was known for performing reverse slam dunks from a flat-footed position. In one highly publicized game against Santa Maria High School, Hubbs scored 23 points, including a half-court shot to beat the buzzer at the end of the first half, as well as a buzzer-beating jump shot to tie the game, sending it into overtime, where Colton took the victory 53-49. Both his high school football and basketball coaches referred to him as the best player they ever coached. In addition to earning All-American honors in football and basketball, Hubbs would also letter in track and baseball. He was also honored by the California Interscholastic Federation in all 3 major sports. Beyond athletics, Hubbs demonstrated leadership by being elected as the Associated Student Body President during his senior year while maintaining an A average. After high school graduation in 1959, he was heavily recruited by major colleges, including Notre Dame for football and UCLA, who was then coached by the legendary John Wooden for basketball. However, Hubbs opted to sign a professional baseball contract as an amateur free agent with the Chicago Cubs organization, beginning his professional career in the minor leagues in 1959. He'd quickly advance, and by September of 1961, at the still tender age of 19, he'd make his major league debut with the Chicago Cubs. Now, Hubbs' first official rookie season, 1962, was immediately historic, driven almost entirely by his defense. Although his offensive numbers were modest, he batted .260 with 5 home runs and 49 runs driven in. His fielding was flawless and record-breaking, earning him Rookie of the Year honors in the National League, as well as a Gold Glove Award, and that year he'd set 2 Major League records for second baseman, breaking Bobby Doerr's consecutive games without an error streak with 78 that year, as well as handling a then record 418 consecutive chances without committing an error. And though his 1963 sophomore season wouldn't soar to the heights of that spectacular rookie campaign with the Cubs, at just 22 years of age, he still had a long and promising career ahead of him. And though Hubbs may have been flying high on the field, when it came to traveling with the Cubs, things didn't go quite as smooth. You see, Hubbs had developed an abject fear of flying, but not being the type of guy to take his fears lying down, he decided to take them head on and actually went on to earn his pilot's license in an attempt to conquer his fears, and would purchase his own small aircraft, a Cessna Model 172. Now, in February of 1964, Hubbs was in Provo, Utah with his friend Denny Doyle, not to be confused with Denny Doyle, who would go on to have a major league career with the Philadelphia Phillies and Boston Red Sox starting in 1970. They were in town, potentially participating in an athletic program sponsored by Brigham Young University and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. On February 13th of that year, Hubs and Doyle took off from Provo, intending to fly to Hub's home in Colton, California. At the time of the flight, the weather in the Wasatch Mountains region was poor, described as snowy and stormy, making flying conditions hazardous. Shortly after takeoff, the red Cessna 172, piloted by Hubs, encountered difficulty. The exact cause of the crash was linked to the inclement weather, likely involving the snowstorm and low visibility. Hub's plane went down approximately just 5 miles away from the Provo runway. The plane crashed onto the frozen surface of Utah Lake. The sudden and brutal end to the life of one of baseball's brightest young stars, who had set major league records for consecutive errorless games by a second baseman, sent shockwaves through the Cubs organization and the baseball world. The loss of Hubs was felt deeply in his hometown of Colton, California, where he was a beloved multi-sport athlete, and in the Windy City, where his fans and teammates mourned the potential future Hall of Famer. Teammates including Ron Santo and Ernie Banks served as pallbearers at his funeral in Colton, which an estimated 2,000 people attended. Hub's former manager Bob Kennedy later speculated that the young second baseman had the talent and character to be Hall of Fame material. And though his major league career only spanned 2 full seasons, Hubs left behind a legacy defined by his immense defensive skill and his commitment to overcoming personal fear by taking flying lessons and getting that pilot's license and trying to overcome that fear. But that's the video, the tragic short life story of Major Leaguer Ken Hubs. Hope you dug it. We'll see you next time in the Fungo Dare.
Who's here?